We are back, baby. Second half of the baseball season kicks off, and we have 6 of my favorite plays for you ready, fresh off the tap, including some of my favorite power spots. We'll get you my favorite stack. Look for some plays outside of Coors Field, and we will go happy hour every single bat under 5,000 on DraftKings and under 4,000 on FanDuel, including my beast of the night. Who we talking about? Only one way to find out. It's time to belly up to the fantasy bar. Welcome in, guys. Friday edition and kicking off the second half of the baseball season here. Beer's Daily Fantasy Six Pack. Thank you so much for stopping by, checking out today's video. Hope everyone enjoyed the All-Star game. The Home Run Derby was pretty exciting, not going to lie. Normally I've tuned out on that stuff, but enjoyed watching it. Hope everyone enjoyed the break, but we are back with a full slate of baseball games tonight, along with 6 of my favorite plays. Now, before we get into those plays, do me a favor, hit that tip jar. That is the thumbs up button. Thank you so much for that. Subscribe and hit that notification bell if you have not already. And great news, we've been doing videos 2 times a week. We are moving to 3 times a week starting next week. Generally going to be Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. But again, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of the videos. All right, for tonight, weather looks okay. We do have a game in Coors Field. You guys know the rules by now. Great spot for the Minnesota Twins, no doubt. Gonna want some exposure, but as always, I want to give you some options outside of Coors Field that I am liking here for Friday night. All right, let's jump in with our first play in the outfield with Christian Yelich of Milwaukee. So Yelich been swinging a good bat this season against right-handed pitching, leads this team in both WOBA and ISO. Some solid numbers here, especially that power number with an ISO above 250. Love seeing it. And Yelich really matches up here with Tyler Glasnow. 3 primary pitches, and look at the ISOs against all 3 of those pitches, and that's going back to the start of last season at 296, 270, and 214. When you look at just this season, the numbers are even better in the ISO department. So great power spot here for Christian Yelich. Glasnow, a low strikeout pitcher against lefties, so we negate some of that worry with Yelich's high strikeout rate. 381 WOBA allowed to lefties, and an ISO over 200. And good possibility Yelich sends one into the seats here tonight against Tyler Glasnow. All right, let's get one of our favorites here up next at third base or the outfield with Addison Barger of Toronto. So Barger really finished the first half strong. 4 home runs, 14 RBI for him over the last 11 games before the All-Star break, and has been really good against right-handed pitching over the course of this season. 367 WOBA and a nice 266 ISO. So a ton of pop in this bat against right-handed pitching. Justin Verlander, as much as I love him, first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt. This is just not the same pitcher anymore. Sure, he's had some decent games, but has struggled a little bit against lefties. WOBA over 350, hard contact rate over 46%. Advantage. Addison Barger here. Love the spot tonight against Justin Verlander. All right, speaking of pitchers, let's get you my favorite tonight, and that is Brandon Walter of Houston. So great pitching environment here in Seattle. We have seen this ballpark really suppress run scoring, so I like this spot for him tonight against Seattle. Now, the production for Brandon Walter certainly been up and down. I mean, it's extremes. It's over 20, it's down near 3, but he has shown some good upside. I think this is one of those spots that we could see the good part of those ups and downs. 3 of his last 5 starts have gone over 22 DraftKings points here, and a good strikeout matchup for him here against the Seattle team. We're talking bottom 10 in the league in strikeouts against left-handed pitching at nearly 25%. Some of the individual bats in this lineup pushing 30, some 40% strikeout rate here. So yes, this Seattle team can be dangerous. The run scoring at home, not as high as it's been on the road. Walter's shown some nice upside in the strikeout department and the fantasy point department. I think we get one of those big games here tonight from Brandon Walter in this great pitching environment in Seattle. All right, back to the bats at second base with Brendan Donovan of St. Louis. But I don't see a lot of ownership going to Donovan. Good offensive environment here. And he was swinging a solid stick before the break. Hits in 10 of his last 11 games, 2 multi-hit games over the last 4 before the All-Star break. 52% hard contact rate this season against right-handed pitching, and leads this Cardinals team with a WOBA way up at 389 against righties. Brandon Pfaadt has had some struggles this year with lefties. WOBA over 350, hard contact rate pushing 57%, and a lot of barrels as well, over 13% here. I think Donovan, great option here tonight. It's not going to garner a lot of attention. Price under 4,000 on DraftKings in this great hitting environment against Brandon Pfaadt. All right, back to the outfield next with Wal Perez of Detroit. Another guy I don't think is going to get a lot of traction here tonight. I like the matchup. I like the prices here for him. 4,500 on DraftKings, under 3,000 on FanDuel. And this guy's absolutely tearing the cover off the ball against left-handed pitching since his return. What was over 500 ISO, way up at 500. So tons of power in this bat against left-handed pitching. Patrick Corbin been better, no doubt. Still going to be a target for me with right-handed hitters. Gives up a ton of home runs. 336 WOBA, 50% hard contact rate here. Wal Perez, good power spot here tonight against Patrick Corbin. All right, it's time. Take a look at my favorite play for Friday night. Before we do that, let's give back to you guys a chance to win a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. How do you do it? You know the drill by now. Take a second, click that thumbs up button, head to the comment section and guess fantasy points on DraftKings for my highest scoring hitter. If your guess is the closest, simple as that. You walk away with a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. All right, let's wrap up our Friday night video with my favorite play on the board. You know, Matt's the beast of the night. All right, Beast time. We're going to give you another piece from my favorite stack tonight outside of Coors Field, and we are going to roll with first baseman Spencer Torkelson of Detroit, tonight's Beast of the night. Now, kind of a quiet stretch before the All-Star game for Spencer Torkelson, but that should help keep some ownership away, and we are getting the lowest price we have gotten on DraftKings since the middle of June, so a great buy low opportunity here with Torque, who is absolutely crushing left-handed pitching this season. WOBA up over 400, but look at that ISO. 367 for him this season against left-handed pitching, a monster number. I also love the matchup here for him. We talked about Corbin's vulnerability with the power, but look at the pitches. Slider, sinker mainly to right-handed bats, and those numbers for Torkelson, ISOs of 500 and 375 this season against those two pitches. My favorite home run spot here, Spencer Torkelson, easily my favorite play on the board and tonight's Beast of the night. All right, guys, that'll do it for our Friday six-pack here, kicking off the second half of the baseball season. As always, any comments, questions, feedback, whatever you guys want to talk about, hit me up in that YouTube comment section or over on Twitter at Beermakersfan. Get your guess in. Shot to win a free week of RotoGrinders Premium simply by guessing fantasy points on DraftKings for my highest scoring hitter. Get that guess in along with smashing that thumbs up button. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Good to have baseball back. Thank you for hanging out in the fantasy bar and checking out today's video. Best of luck tonight. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for checking out our videos. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more DraftKings, FanDuel, and other DFS content. And you can check out our daily live show schedule on rotogrinders.com/videos.